My 24M girlfriend 23F of 2 years broke boundaries and I don't know how to move forward. So yesterday she was out until 6 a.m. while I was sick at home thinking about her, and she was not answering me for the whole night from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. While we talked about it, it came about that she has had feelings for someone else. She told me that she was with 2 of her co-workers drinking, 1 male and 1 female. The woman co-worker left and she stayed with the guy, and he confessed his feelings to her, and she said that she shut him off but that it's obvious they are clicking. They went out and talked and hugged for hours. She says she loves me and would choose me over him. But why didn't she choose me yesterday then? I love her so much and this hurts like hell. We have known each other since 7 years old and our relationship has been so amazing. This came with no warning out of the blue. I am shocked and hurt and don't know what to do. Please help me if you have advice to give. I would probably end it. She effectively went on a date for a guy who has feelings for her and she returned those feelings. I would consider that cheating in my relationship. Don't get stuck in a sunk cost fallacy, and maybe you've just grown apart. Hugging for hours isn't a thing people do. And likely she is already trickle-truthing you about it. This is pretty much how a former partner started cheating on me in the past. It sucks, but unless she is willing to quit her job and cut contact with him, this isn't a relationship worth keeping anymore. I'm sorry to break it to you, but they weren't talking and hugging for hours. Judging off that time frame, they hooked up. She fell asleep and was full of regret afterwards, so she reached out to you. She knowingly threw away your relationship for another guy. Just let that sink in. She should have chosen you in the first place. She didn't. When that female coworker left, she should have left too. She didn't. She stayed with him, while ignoring you, her sick BF, at home, to talk and hug. Meaning you know what with this coworker, whom I'm assuming she will still work with. She is the idiot who threw away your relationship, not you. My advice? Break it off and block her completely. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No matter what she says or what promises she tries to make. She has shown you how unimportant you are to her. Don't let her to show you again. I'm so sorry. Black heart. Unfortunately, I would say to move on. You're really young. Too young to be tied down. They hugged for hours? Sure, Jan. To 6 a.m. Where did she spend the night? Rhetorical question. We all know where she spent the night. She shut him down after staying out with him until 6 a.m. Yeah, it's over. Cut her loose. She's just too chicken to do it herself. This is a simple case of cheating, then trickle-truthing when you ask questions. You and I both know they didn't just hug, and it's such a stupid answer to begin with. There is no doubt they made out and most likely had sex. Even if all they did was hug, how are you going to trust her now? She says she loves me and would choose me over him. What? You're her boyfriend. What choice? Lol reminds me of my ex saying she slept over at her ex's house BC he had cable TV. Time to gain some dignity. Walk away from this and find someone who respects you as well as loves you. Both love and respect are needed in a relationship. You should leave. To make it easier, if you pleads you to stay, you can make a reasonable request of her. She should quit her and job, cut contact with him in every sense of this word. Immediately. She will naturally refuse showing you. She does not value you and regrets her actions enough to really inconvenience herself. She chose him over you when you needed her. She knew you were at home sick and showed no concern for you the entire night. Not a single text or call to ask how you were. Instead, she hung out with her male coworker because they were clicking, but now, in the light of day, she wants you to know that you come first. Except what happens when she goes back to work and is with the guy she is clicking with? What happens the next time they hang out and hug for hours? I find it unbelievable that all they did was hug. They must have kissed. They probably shared intimate details about their lives with each other. She's having an emotional affair, if not a real one yet. I hate to say it, but if you don't break up with her now, then she will break up with you later. Seems like she wants to explore the possibility of a relationship with the clicker. This isn't breaking boundaries, my dude. This is, as described, an emotional affair, at best, and chances are it was just good old-fashioned cheating and you don't have the whole truth yet. She basically admitted to cheating on you while leaving you abandoned and hanging in limbo for the night. Even if I knew 100% certain they did not have sex that night, this is still 100% a form of cheating. If it were me, I'd be gone. This exact same scenario happened to me last month, except I got to her messages before she knew I had found out, and they proved nothing physical had happened, just a lot of emotional cheating. They had such a strong mental connection even though they didn't act on the physical, and lots of talk of just cuddling. Asks to see their messages between each other, bro. Personally, it was a lot easier to stomach than the thought of sex. That's not a boundary she broke. She cheated on you. That's the bottom line. You need to accept it and decide whether you want to stay with someone that literally told you, I love someone else. Right now it's, we just hugged. Later it will be, okay, we made out for a while. But that's it. Later that will become, okay, we had sex but just the one time. Then that will be, we've been having sex for a while. Been there, buddy. All I can say is start planning on an exit strategy. And keep this in mind. You will be happier, one, alone, and free, or eventually two, with someone who loves you. Breakups are hard, and I am not saying that's inevitability what's happening here. But the likelihood of her stopping with that guy is low, and it's probably an underlying problem in the relationship that led to this in the first place. It can feel out of the blue, but you should have a true talk about how long this has been happening and if this is the first time she's had feelings for someone else. Usually it starts small and ends up like this.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.